Hey guys, Joshua from City Champs. I'm here with Kurt. We're going to do our curriculum, so you can always go back to it in case it's been a while since you taught a class. Week 4. So the first 3 weeks, it's kind of like somebody pushes you or takes you down. What can you expect, or what should you be doing? Now we're kind of into, okay, we're standing up. He's going to try and grab me and take me somewhere. So he's going to grab me by the arm, all right? So we do 2 wrist breaks this week, okay? The first one is just one arm versus one arm. So if he's a bigger, stronger guy, if he was trying to pull me, he could pull me if I didn't know how to get out of this, right? So the practicality of this is learning how to break that and then get out of the way, okay? So we're just going to get right into it. So Kurt grabs me by my wrist here. Now, how I learn this and how I always think about this is, yes, the thumb is the strongest of the digits, but it's not as strong as the 4 teammates over here, okay? So we want to understand where that thumb is, and then if we can rotate, where that gap is on the other side. So we always, if worst case scenario, we go towards the thumb. Best case scenario, we find that gap. Now, I have little dainty girl wrists, so he has a much bigger hand, so he can get around my wrist there. So I have to find where that gap would be, or at least the minimum of the thumb, and I'm going to turn my wrist that way. When I say turn my wrist that way, I'm meaning get the blade of my wrist towards that opening. We find that opening, or we think about where that opening is. We turn the blade of our wrist to that opening, okay? We're going to do 2 things to break, okay? Not only are we going to try to do a bicep curl up, okay, but we're also going to change the direction of my elbow, okay? So not only are curling up, if you're super strong, this might not work, but you know what'll always work? If you're curling up and then changing the angle of that elbow. You see what I did there? I didn't just go like this and try to pull away, pull away, pull away. Put some tension on there and then change the direction of my elbow. So I kind of went into him a little bit just to get that out, okay? That comes really into play when he grabs 2 on 1, okay? So we're gonna get right into that. We do both of these here in week 4. All right, so same process. Yes, these are the 2 strongest digits. Not as strong as the 8 people on the team now, okay? Now for sure, even if he was smaller than me, 2 arms versus 1 arm, his 2 arms and his body should win this battle. So I really need to be careful when somebody would grab me like this, okay? So same type of thing. We want to find where the weakest points are. Right now there's no gap, there's no overlap, but I do know his thumbs, and if anybody would grab you, it would be the same way. His thumbs are on top here, okay? So because it's 2 on 1 and I'm at a disadvantage right now, I want to make it 2 on 2. So what I do, you can see right here, I'm going to make that hand into a fist, okay? I'm going to take my opposite hand and grab that fist. Now it's 2 versus 2, okay? I know where the weakest points are here, which happen to be on top here, and they just would, based on how humans grab things. I'm going to grab that fist right there. Now I'm going to do the exact same principle, okay? So I'm going to lift up, do a little bicep curl, but I'm going to take my elbow and kind of drive it in, okay? So 2 steps. Curl, drive it in, okay? At that point, we'd say, hey, we want to de-escalate the situation, whether it be run. At least now we can face our opponent if we have to, okay? Grab, make a fist, go 2 on 2. We see where the 2 weakest are. We're going to pull up with our whole body, and then that elbow is going to change directions. So we're going to get out of there.
So week 4 is again, you can kind of mix in some of that warm-ups with the shoulder tag. But week 4, we're covering only a couple of things, and that's head movement and covering defenses versus a jab cross. So first off is head movement. I try to tell the kids, don't be a stationary target, right? If I'm just standing here the whole time and I'm not moving my head, it makes it a stationary target, much easier for him to hit. So sometimes just having the kids maybe shadow box or just kind of moving left and right, kind of just keeping their head moving up, down, left, right, makes it harder for him to hit that target. However, there's going to be times when a very simple way to kind of protect yourself, again, your face is a vulnerable target, right? Very easy to hurt your nose is vulnerable, your eyes are vulnerable, your mouth, your teeth. So a simple way to kind of protect yourself against that that jab cross is to kind of throw up a cage in front of you, I like to call it. So when I throw up that cage in front of me, I take my hands, open hands, and I kind of put them on top of my head, and I bring my elbows together. Okay, but I can still see through this little window I've created. I don't want to be this, because then I can't see. So I want to create that little window because he still can't get his fist through there, but it still allows me to see what's happening. I can't defend what I can't see. Okay, so again, take those hands, grab the top of your head, bring those elbows in. The reason I bring those elbows in, and whether you want to talk to the kids about it or not, is if he starts going for that uppercut, my elbows are in to protect against that. If my elbows are open, I'm going to get hit with that uppercut. So keeping everything tight is what we do to kind of prevent that. So a good drill we can do with this with the kids is if you have the focus mitts, the small punching mitts. Josh is just going to use his bare hands, but really fun to do with the small punching mitts. Or you can use pool noodles for this as well. Again, I'm going to do the head movement, and I'm going to create that cage. And Josh is just going to kind of use those focus mitts or pool noodles to try to get the kid. And kids love the pool noodles. It's a lot of fun, and frankly, it's fun as an instructor to whack kids with pool noodles. So that's it for week 4. Enjoy.